Welcome to TSAT. Today I am going to discuss the application of space technology in agriculture. So, after understanding the previous discussion and session regarding space technology and its application, how it functions, you will be able to understand this topic and episode very clearly. So, the Ministry of Agriculture and Farm Welfare has been proactive in using the space technology in agricultural sector. So, with the application of space technology being discussed in the previous episode, how can we apply the space technology for the development of agriculture will be the discussion in this episode. The ministry since early 80s has been funding various projects under which Indian Space Research Organization developed meteorological methodologies for crop production forecasting. So, with the help of these technologies, certain methodologies are being followed for forecasting crop production with the help of space technology. So, what are these different methodologies? We will be examining methodology by methodology to forecast or to give a good decision support system to farming. The Department of Agriculture, Cooperation and Farm Welfare established a center called Mahalanobis National Crop Forecasting Center in 2012 for operationalization of the space technology developed in the Indian Space Research Organization for crop production forecasting. So, to forecasting means to estimate in advance what will be the amount of agricultural product with the help of space technology is the main aim of this program. The department has another center called Soil and Land Use Survey of India, which uses satellite data for soil resource mapping. Currently, the department is using space technology for its various programs areas such as forecasting agricultural output using space, agrometeorology, land-based observation projects. So, what do you mean by this forecasting agricultural output? So, forecasting agricultural output is you must be able to estimate and know the amount of agricultural output you are going to get in the upcoming financial year. So, how can we do this? With the help of satellite technology is you can estimate the extent of agricultural area being cultivated by the farmers. You can identify even the different variant types of crops being cultivated. So, in this process, you will be able to identify different crops being cultivated. Apart from this, the extent of area being cultivated will not be sufficient enough to estimate the product. Even the percentage of rainfall or the rainfall, whether it is positive to the average or negative to the average of precipitation, also impacts the production. So, with the help of satellite, weather forecasting, the amount of rainfall can be easily estimated. So, with the help of these parameters in terms of the precipitation capacity in a region and the extent of cultivation will give an idea to the different departments like agriculture and finance departments to estimate the agricultural product, to estimate the budget in the upcoming financial year is one of the main application of space technology in agriculture. Next is agrometeorology, means the weather and climate impacts the agriculture. So, you must be able to estimate, forecast the performance of monsoons, whether the monsoon is going to manifest more than the average or if the monsoon fails, can be estimated with the satellite technology. Because before the monsoons arrive to India, they start in the equatorial region in the summer. So, in the month of May, with the help of satellite technology, the strength of the monsoons, the direction of the monsoons, the velocity of the monsoons, the percentage of humidity of the monsoons can be estimated in advance with satellite technology. So, these parameters can give you a certain information and you can estimate the percentage of precipitation in a region. so which is known as 𝗧𝗦𝗔𝗧 and land-based observation project. So with the help of satellite technology, you can observe the different regions, topography. You can study the topography of the regions. Topography is studying the surface features of the earth in terms of slope gradient, whether it is rugged or valleys or plain or plateau can be read very easily, and the type of crops need to be cultivated, what type of crops need to be cultivated in these regions on the basis of these different factors of agro-meteorological factors and topographical factors, land-based factors. A farmer can be given a good decision making to choose a crop to cultivate, so that there will be maximization of produce with this decision support system with technology of satellite farming. The coordinated programs on horticulture assessment and management using a geoinformatics project. So this horticulture cultivation is being done with the help of geoinformatics project. So what do you mean by this horticulture? Horticulture is the cultivation of fruits, vegetables, flowers with crop management is horticulture. Assumes and management using geoinformatics. So what do you mean by geoinformatics? Geoinformatics is acquiring the information with the help of Internet of Things, satellites, communication systems. You will be able to coordinate, combine different information parameters together to arrive at a solution to your problem. So in the case of agriculture, what are the parameters you need to combine together to make a choice, to make a decision in agriculture? For example, you need to know the nature of the soil, you need to know the organic composition of the soil, you need to know the mineral composition of the soil, you need to know the humidity in a region. So the topography, slope gradient, the climatic region into which a region belongs to. So the type of available infrastructure in terms of transportation, market yards, all these different aspects, when you are able to get all this information together, then you can make a choice and a decision to cultivate. This is possible with geoinformatics. Geoinformatics is acquiring the information of different parameters with the help of infrastructure of communications, satellites and other networks possible with Internet of Things. So, this horticulture marketing, the fruits you have cultivated, the flowers you have harvested, need to be harvested at a right time, because these are perishables. You must be able to send to the market where they are in demand in right time. Without these geoinformatic systems, agriculture is not possible. The farmer will lead to losses. If the satellite technology is being used in a better way with the geoinformatic systems, the farmer will be able to maximize the profits. So these topics are these are the programs which you need to mention definitely when you are going to write about application of space technology in agriculture. So for example, National Agricultural Drought Assessment and Monitoring System is a program. So what is happening here? A farmer cannot go for always a similar crop, because there are certain crops which consume more amount of irrigation. There are certain crops which consume less amount of irrigation. There might be a monsoon season where there is abundant surplus amount of precipitation. There might be a monsoon season where there is a deficit of rainfall. So when you are able to predict the upcoming monsoon nature, the type of crop selected varies. So in this case of monitoring system, drought assessment and monitoring system, depending upon the forecasting of the monsoons, if they are less than the average, you are going to suggest the farmer a type of crop like red gram or black gram, which is not much irrigation intensive as compared to rice or sugarcane, etc. So this kind of technology helps in giving a suggestion to the farmer so that he will not get into losses. Otherwise, irrespective of the performance of the monsoons, if a farmer chooses rice or paddy, if the monsoons fail, the farmer is going to incur losses. So this is how satellite technology is helpful. Rice fallow area mapping and intensification, geotagging of infrastructures and assets created under Rashtriya Krishi Vikas Yojana and crop insurance. So to execute these kind of programs, you need to be clear with these kind of conditions. So for example, rice fallow area mapping. So to what extent farmers are ready to cultivate by plowing the land for the purpose of cultivation will give you an estimate of the upcoming agricultural produce. Geotagging of infrastructure. So what is happening is geotagging is with the help of the satellite technology, you can demarcate certain regions where the respective infrastructure is available or not. For example, market yard, cold storages will be a support system to the farmer for storing their harvest and selling their produce. So this will help to identify the essential infrastructure for the farmer to sell his produce to maximize the profit, which has been organized by these programs by the government. The space technology helps getting fast and unbiased information. So the information what you are receiving by the satellites is unbiased because it is not being subjective by individuals. It is information given by a machine, so it will be as it is without any distortions. About the crop situation in the country, it provides digital data which is amenable to various analysis. So with the kind of different kinds of data being collected, which can be used for analysis to arrive at a solution because of its synoptic view, means manifesting or characterized by comprehensiveness, means by using all the information together you will come to a conclusion. That is known as synoptic view, by considering all the factors, the monsoon factors, the type of crop you are cultivating, the price in the market, the infrastructure for storage. All these are the type of soil, the type of fertilizers need to be used, or all the information all of them are considered to make a decision. So it provides images of the whole country in a very short duration. The other advantage is you are getting the information of the whole country in a very short duration with the help of satellite technology, because they have got the zenith view, the highest view possible, and fast communication. Hence, this data can be used for various programs which need information on crop types, crop area estimates, crop condition, crop damages, crop growth. So what are the different types of crops being cultivated in different regions? What are the different types of crops need to be cultivated? The decision support system given by the agricultural department to the farmers. So what is the extent of cultivation of a crop so that this rice, wheat or sugarcane or estimates can be made very easily. Crop condition, whether the crop is growing well or not, whether it is a deficit of some nutrition, can be identified with the help of satellite technology. So the damages can be prevented in advance. So the Department of Agriculture, Cooperation and Farmers Welfare had launched Kisan Crop Insurance using space technology and geoinformatics project. So based upon this an insurance program, and it is been working, whom need to be served to confirm, to authenticate whether the certain region or the farmer been infected, to make this program serve the farmer can be confirmed with the help of the observation being made with the satellite technology, so that the right farmer will be provided the support required so that the farmers can be saved. The project envisages the use of high resolution remote sensing data for optimum crop cutting experience, experiment, planning and improving yield estimates. So what is happening is yield estimates is required. How much amount of agricultural produce we are going to get in the upcoming financial year, the government need to have a plan, so that accordingly for food security, the government may take steps in advance to avoid food scarcity. So these estimates will give you an advanced prepared plan to avoid drought kind of disaster in advance. so that the deficit areas will be supplied with the essential required food material. So these are all the different applications of space technology in agriculture. Under this project, pilot studies were conducted in 4 districts of 4 states in Haryana, Karnataka, Maharashtra and Madhya Pradesh. So the study provided many useful inputs for smart sampling yield estimation, optimum number of crop cutting experiments, which were used to define standard operation procedures for use of satellite data in the revised guidelines of Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana. So what is happening is in the crop yield insurance, whom need to be given the exact insurance support to the farmers can be easily identified with the help of this satellite technology, because the crop growth, development, damage, type of crop being cultivated can be easily identified. You can even identify the region which has been impacted by drought. So by estimating all this data, a right farmer can be supported exactly who has got impacted by because of a drought. So these are all the different applications of space technology in agriculture. The department is carrying out a large number of pilot studies through government and non-governmental agencies for use of space technology in optimizing crop cutting experiments. So a major requirement of PMFBY, the department is also using satellite remote sensing data for monitoring agricultural situation of 29 double risk districts. So what is happening here is, as I have mentioned, the satellites have got the capacity to observe throughout the country simultaneously what is happening. So because of this reason, what happens is the farmers will be, the government will be able to get certain information in advance of different regions, so that decisions can be made in advance before the occurrence of the disaster like drought, with the help of estimation, GIS, and considering all the parameters in advance about the approaching drought or less rainfall or the type of crop need to be cultivated, etc., can be estimated very easily with space technology. So one of the major application of space technology in agriculture is precision agriculture. The synonymous words being used for precision agriculture is satellite farming. Site-specific crop management is an application of space technology in agriculture. So why it is known as precision agriculture? Because precisely what is essential for farming, for that plot can a decision be made by the Department of Agriculture for the farmer, because of the communication systems existing between the farmer and the agricultural department. So precision farming is a decision support system to the farmer. The decision is regarding what is exactly required to the farm. It is also known as satellite farming because this is being done with the help of satellite communication. This is known as site-specific crop management because every plot being cultivated have different conditions. So the kind of crop need to be cultivated in a region, the kind of fertilizers need to be used in a region are not the same, varying from region to region. So on this basis, what is exactly required to the field in that region is specified, so that the input cost is been reduced and output is maximized, is the main aim of precision farming, which is done with the help of satellites. It is a farming management concept based on observing, measuring and responding to intra and interfield variations. So what do you mean by this intra and interfield variations? So within the village itself, a region might be having a black cotton soil or black soil or a red soil or laterite soil, varying from region to region in the same village. So accordingly, the decision need to be given for a black cotton soil and the red soil is not the same. So which is known as intra and interfield variation can be identified with the help of satellite technology. Is a decision support system for whole farm management with the goal of optimizing returns with preserving resources is the main aim of precision agriculture. So whole farm management is not just suggesting the farmer when to sow the seeds, what kind of fertilizers, what kind of pesticides, when to harvest, when to market, when to transport. This is a whole decision support system. So how this is being made? With the help of satellite technology, has been mentioned in space technology. So the different kinds of satellites, with the help of geostationary satellites and remote sensing satellites, the information being received will be given to the farmers by the agricultural department. So for this site specific crop management, the farmer need to have a smartphone, and he need to download an application app required to connect to the agriculture department regionally, so that there will be a communication process between the farmer and the agriculture department, where the agriculture department, even though you have got n number of thousands of farmers, will be able to suggest the farmer the optimum conditions required. The reason behind it is, physically moving of the government employees to each and every farmer is difficult because of the small plots of the farmland we have got. But when communication is being possible with the help of this kind of satellite farming, interacting and giving a decision support system to each and every farmer is very easy. That is the other advantage with satellite farming with space technology. So this has got certain stages in this satellite farming. In this, first you need to get registered. So you need to register as a farmer. So your passbook of the land is been linked to the Aadhaar card and your phone number, so that the agriculture department will be able to identify your location and your name, etc., so that you are the real-time farmer. After registering, analysis will be done. Analysis is, for example, in the case of analysis is considered, what is the region, what is the climatic region, type of soil, the distance away from the market, about the precipitation, the type of crops cultivated. All these conditions, fertilizers essential are taken into consideration, and a decision support is being given to the farmer. Then the functioning of application of all these information is being done, so that in the process of harvesting, when to harvest, when to transport. So right from the time duration of selecting the time duration to sow the seeds, necessary fertilizers, pesticides, and the type of crop need to be selected, type of variant of crop need to be selected, when to harvest, when to transport, and the sale is a sequence of stages of support system being given by the satellite farming with space technology will maximize the profit to the farmers, because in general some of the farmers might be illiterate. So in this process, to give the information about the market conditions, price of the agricultural produce, to maximize his profit, to sell on the day where the price of his goods is maximum in the market yard. If this information is being given, on that right day the farmer will be able to transport the goods to the market yard to maximize the profit. Is a decision support system. So it follows an approach known as phytogeomorphological approach. It follows an approach known as phytogeomorphological approach. So what do you mean by phytogeomorphological approach? Phytogeomorphological approach is a condition where phyto means plant, geomorphology means studying the external features of the earth. On the external features of the earth, you have got black cotton soil or rugged terrain, plateaus, plains, different variant types of soils, alluvial soil, etc. So a type of crop or a plant is being acquainted to a different variant types of soils and topography. For example, tea requires a well-drained area, whereas rice requires a water stagnating condition. So the topographical terrain will give you an idea where there is good drainage mechanism, where water will not stagnate, and you will be able to identify a region where water stagnates well. So accordingly, on the basis of a phytogeomorphological approach, plants which are best suitable to a topography can be estimated perfectly, on the basis of which suggestion is being given to the farmers. Is helpful in multi-year cropping stability. So this helps in multi-year cropping stability. Whether we are proofing the monsoon here, whether the monsoon is above the average or whether the monsoon fails, when this decision support system is being given, every year, irrespective of the performance of the monsoons, what is happening is the farmer can produce because he is being given a right decision according to the conditions, which is known as multi-year cropping stability, is been acquired through phytogeomorphological approach with the help of satellite technology. This is done with the help of GPS and GNSS. So the global positioning system is an example of a navigation system. So the navigation system which has been established by India indigenously, combined together, uses this technology for making a better decision support system to the farmer. So the farmers and researchers' ability to locate their precise position in a field allows for the creation of maps of different spatial variability So this kind of knowledge with GIS of different information, you will be able to get topography, whether it is a rugged terrain or a plain or a soft soil or a valley or a plateau. So that is what topography is. And organic matter. So organic matter in the soil is essential because it not only supplies the essential nutrition like nitrogen, it also helps in retaining the soil moisture required. So when you have got more amount of organic composition, the irrigation essential will be less. So depending upon these conditions, the farmer will be given information in advance to take necessary steps regarding vegetation, regarding irrigation, irrigation. So in this case of different conditions, what happens is the farmer might be even suggested in terms of the amount of organic matter need to be added to the cropland with the help of compost derived from dairy development, etc. Suggestions in different dimensions. One way to increase the irrigation, the other way is to improve the organic composition by adding the compost derived from the dairy waste. Will enhance the quality of soil, can be given in terms of improving the organic matter, moisture level, nitrogen level, so the amount of nitrogen required, so that accordingly nitrogen will be provided to the soil. The pH is the potency of supplying hydrogen ion, which decides the acidic nature and the basic nature of the soil. So accordingly, to maintain the essential pH, then only a crop can be cultivated well. For example, because of salinization, there is more amount of salt being accumulated. So to neutralize this salinization, gypsum is being added. So such kind of decisions are being given to the farmer by understanding the pH of the soil. Electric conductivity. Electric conducting is a kind of condition where there are certain minerals dissolved in ionic state, sodium, potassium, magnesium. These are different variant types of minerals which are present in the soil, which can channelize, move in the plants because of ionic attractions, because these ions are charged atoms, which can exert electrical pull to one another depending upon the charges of the ions on positive and negative charges. There will be a flow of minerals into the plant. So when there is electrical conducting, means the ionic nature the minerals has got to flow effectively into the plants is the electric conductivity of the soil, because of which minerals like magnesium and potassium flow into the plants as micronutrients, can be analyzed with satellite farming. So this is how satellite farming based upon space technology is been applied for the development of agriculture. So okay friends, we shall meet in the next episode regarding different other topics need to be discussed in science and technology. Thank you.